But if we do go and finish third, for one, it would be one of the most remarkable comebacks we've ever done as a manager.
Oh, yeah!
Hello and welcome back to another episode as part of Borderline Glory here with Servette. What a time it has been since last time out. 2 final games coming up today against Young Boys at the top of the table and Basel just below us in the table at home. 2 massive games. We've gone on one of our great streaks of form since last time out. It's been absolutely incredible. Where do we start? I mean, we've had 8 games since last time out, so it will have been the Zurich game here, I believe, and was it the Lausanne game somewhere around here? But even since then, I think it was the Zurich game that started our run of form, and then we went and had all these games after, and we've not lost in however many league games it's been since then. That is 8 league games, is that? I believe. I feel like we won quite a few before that, but I guess not, or a lot more than that. We had the game Zurich, a 1-1 draw against Young Boys at home, 3-0, 1-0. Then we had 2 games here. I feel like there's some games missing here for some reason. I don't really know what's gone on there, but I suppose we just have to go on with it. I don't really know. We had a game, some friendlies in like a bit of a mini pre-season, and then 3 wins in a row, all in our group. Against Verdun Sion, which was a massive game for us, and then against St. Gallen, who are currently in second. We absolutely smoked them in their own stadium. We are now 2 points behind Sion, who have had a bit of a drop-off in their recent fixtures. If we go and take a look, where would it be? It would be in their fixture schedule. They have not won a game in the group at all. As you can see here, they've not won in their last 6 games, so they've had a complete drop-off, and we have capitalised on that and have been doing very well for ourselves, and we could literally finish 3rd place somehow, some way. Obviously, we did finish in this championship group. We've climbed up, and it's been very deserving. If we end up here, we've been playing very well, but we do have 2 tough games coming up today. The first one against Young Boys, who they've won their last 5 games, 5 straight games, and I don't know, apart from that, what is it saying? If we go and take a look at the rest of their fixtures, still trying to get used to this layout. As you can see here, their fixture list, they have won their last 7 in a row, so that's always good to know. They've not lost since March in the Europa League and in the league since March as well, the start of March, so over 2 months since their last loss. But we've not done too bad for ourselves. Sion are there, as you can see. If we were to lose this game and Sion were to win, then we would go ahead and we would be out of contention. But they do play against Basel and St. Gallen, so 2 tough games for them as well. Can we go and do it? We've already beat them. They're not in the best form. We are in some good form. Let's go and find out if we can finish in a Europa Conference League qualifier spot, the first game of the day against Young Boys. So the team for this first game of the day against Young Boys, we've been struck with some weird stuff going on. Sorg, obviously ineligible against his parent club. Florian Aye has been given a leave of absence because he's missing home. That is the 2nd time I've ever done that. Lavelli out injured, but the team out on the pitch is ready to go, hopefully. It's Strinsky in goal, backline of Kudusu, Diamand, Patulski, Van den Kerkhoff. We've got Masson, Segura, Rath in the middle, Froling on the left, Adari on the right, and Morandi up top. It's kick-off here in this game against Young Boys. What a pot this would be if we can go on and get the win in the first one. We do need to win both games, and then Sion need to, I think if it's with 2 points apart, they would need to just drop and if they got a win and a draw and we beat them on goal difference, which I'd like to think we have, but maybe we haven't. We did have some big wins in particular that I feel like we had a 5-0 win some time ago and it's just not come through for some reason. I don't really know. Is there a way we can expand this table, get the full table to see what's going on? The table there, that's the scores. If we're going to take a look at this, will it let us? No, it's not. If we're going to collapse it, bring it back up again, will we be able to see? There we go. So the goal difference, we are very favoured in the goal difference, so we need Sion to go and get a win and a draw, and we need to get 2 wins, or a win and a loss, and we would get a draw and a win would probably be enough for us. I don't really know, but what a plot this would be if we can go and do it. Young Boys have already won the title. If we do make the comeback, I mean, we've had 2 very good spells in this season, and you felt like maybe we were going to have another one, build on, you know, a bit of that very bad start, then a much better period of time in the season, a little bit more of better form, but then a final good bit of form to end off this season you felt like was coming. 20 minutes gone here, it feels like a very nervy game, but if we do go and finish third, for one, it would be one of the most remarkable comebacks we've ever done as a manager, but two, you do feel like it's very deserved and a qualifier at the end of all that. Morandi with the free kick, back post, Van den Kerkhoff, Diamand, all combining to make it 1-0 here in this game. That is a lovely finish from Sonali Diamand. When we needed him, he steps up and he makes it 1-0 here in this game. Now, you will remember when we were struggling so much at the end of last season, we did get that massive win against Young Boys, which, you know, was I would like to think was the start of the proof that we can go and do this sort of stuff, and that's exactly what it was. And if we get this win here, same situation, away from home, you know, we're trying to go and get that. If we can get a 2-0 win, just as we did in that game, then wow, what a result that would be for us. And we are 1-0 up here after 25 minutes. I mean, I feel like we've won more games, and I'm saying about this 5-0 because we have. It's just been quite remarkable, but this team has started to gel together. The morale's gone up, and Froling is in behind. He's put it wide. Oh no, he's not put it wide, it's a corner. Froling the chance to go and make it 2-0. Absolute legend of borderline glory. So many seasons we've spent with him now at this point. Sion are winning 3-2 against Basel. They do have a game against St. Gallen, which obviously they like to go and win. You've got to remember, if Sion do go and win both their games, then it will not matter what we go on and do, but they do have a game against a very good St. Gallen team coming up. But, you know, remarkable turnaround for us. I think it's going to be 12 games, something like that, after this one, unbeaten, which is just crazy. But I think a team that is, you know, shaping up well. We've got the right morale going on and just high quality players, which I always believe this team could have. It's no real surprise. It's just quite remarkable, the comeback that we've had. And you've got to question why we couldn't do this all along, but as long as we pulled it back, it's made for a very good plot here at the end of the season. But even if it doesn't happen for us, you know, we've got to carry this momentum into next season. We'll really want to have a good go at winning the cup. I feel like our 2 campaigns so far have just been terrible. That is a rash challenge there. Could potentially be a card coming out here. Bad card. It doesn't look like it will be. Diamand is standing over this free kick. The goal scorer for us here in this game, he's on the ball here. Kudusu over the top. It's going to find Morandi potentially. Some of these boys, by the way, the numbers they put up, Morandi is on for the season, 23 goals and assists. Dodari on that right hand side, 26 goals and assists. And then on that left hand side, Froling obviously had that massive injury, but has still been very impactful. His stats not the best, but are definitely still alright. 12 goals and assists for Rath there. I'm just going to look away whilst there's a chance for Young Boys. It's hit the woodwork, I've heard there. Lavelli, 17 goals and assists for himself in this. He's not played as many games as he probably would have wanted to, due to injuries and stuff like that. Has been out with injury for the past few games and is not in this squad. We probably won't rush him. We'll probably want to have him back for that final game. We could do with a Basel goal in that other game, you know, to try and tie it up. I don't know if it's half time in that one. Do they have a live game? I don't really know if there's any real way to go and check that, but they currently, so that game has finished, or has it? Yeah, that game has finished, so they have beat Basel, so we need St. Gallen to pull through now, and we have a game against Basel. So I think as it stands, 5th place or the 4th place is guaranteed for us, which is always good. It shows that progression, you know. I mean, this is very, very impressive stuff. It's so satisfying to see it all work out for us, really. And I think even if we don't finish where we want to in that 3rd place spot, good cup run, go and win the cup next season, go and get a qualifier, I think would be a very, very good end. You know, we go and play those qualifiers and maybe mid-season in our 4th season with Servette is the time we're looking to potentially move on to a club for our first real European trophy push, whether or not that is France or Italy, somewhere like that. It's all something we have to factor in. But in this game, as it stands, we still could go and pull it back. We are 1-0 up, but we have a lot of this game remaining. Obviously, Young Boys probably not going to be in it as much, not really. I mean, they would like to win, but they've already won that trophy and it's not really going to count for much even if they lose this game. Here's Masson on the ball, he finds Segura. Here's Dardari on this right side, lovely shot from range. It's a massive save from the Young Boys goalkeeper. You would have thought if we could have got that goal there, that surely would have all been it. I'm going to make some changes. I'm going to bring Batorski off for Ramos. we bring Arabi on. We might as I'm going to leave Morandi on actually, because we're not far gone in this game. I will bring Lavelli on though, on that left hand side, just to give him a bit of sharpness back, and he should be good to go for our final game of the season. St. Gallen versus Sion, Servette versus Basel, the two games we will be looking at, and we need Sion to go and drop points, and for us to go and get a win. Young Boys in behind, it's gone in, it has gone in for Young Boys, all the way in behind. We've not tracked the runner, and that is devastating. 20 minutes to go here in this game, and we're going to have to pull it out from somewhere, the short ball, and it's just completely ruined the defence. No idea what we've decided to do there, and with all those shots on target, all the possession, all the XG generated, it may just not be enough. As it stands, we do need to win this game. With that Sion win, even if we draw, it will not be enough. You know, we can't be too hard on ourselves even if we do lose, but you've got to have the belief. Here's Rath, finds Meete up to Kudusu. He's going to go try and find Lavelli, and it is short, and there could be a ball in behind here for Young Boys. It could come crashing down at this stage. The shot is going to go in, and it's completely turned on our heads. So bitter, so bitter. The comeback in this season may just be over. We tried so hard for it, but it's completely turned on its head in this game. We're going to go attacking for the final parts, but if there's anything remaining, it does not look like it. Even if it isn't, we can say it's been a very credible effort. You know, we were nowhere near for most part of this season. It doesn't look like it's going to happen for us, but we can be hopeful that it is going to be a good season next. We go and have a big trophy push. We go for that promotion spot. You know, go and secure it next season in our third season here with Servette. Maybe not to be in this season, but we can be very glad and happy with the way we have played for the most part. A much improved season, and it's better to be, at least 1% better than last season. Maybe a bit longer than we had planned here with Servette, but it's all part of the process. Very heartbreaking, but what can we do against a good Young Boys team, better than us on the day in the end, and that the full-time whistle, we will miss out on that European qualifier. And the team for this game against Basel is Strinsky in goal, backline of Sorg, Diamant, Potolski, Kurusu, Masson, Segura, Rath in the middle. We've got Lavelli on the left, Adari on the right, Morandi up top. Let's go and add some numbers to some of these guys, see if we can get to 30 goals and assists maybe for some of them, and end off the season well. It's kick-off here in this game against Basel, looking ahead to next season now. Obviously that is our new focus. We're starting to build a really good team here. We'll probably have to look at strengthening a few areas. First of all, probably a very good striker. Arabi might not. What a goal that is, by the way, from Morandi. A back heel shot, and he is up to some very, very good numbers here in this season. He's up to 24 goals and assists, and then the assist from Rath, I believe it is. We've got Nadari, who is on 18 assists for the season, which is absolutely ridiculous, and a lot of those have gone to Lavelli, who's always been waiting at the back post. He's up to 17 for the season. Look at all that potential, by the way, on him. Hopefully he doesn't, get too injury prone. Maybe Lavelli could go into striker a bit more. Maybe we even keep Morandi there. We do have Rath returning, or Rath in that team, but he should be dropping back a little bit more. We put Morandi behind Florian Aye. We could look to bring in a new striker. We're not going to have loads of money, maybe a few sales needed, but Florian Aye a bit inconsistent really with injuries and stuff like that, and then Arabi as well. He is, I don't know, we just couldn't get the most out of him, I don't think, really. And I think we need a striker who can just come into this team and just fit in very quickly, and I don't know if Arabi's necessarily got that in him, to be honest. In terms of where else we want to strengthen, maybe some new fullbacks, but I feel like they always are quite a tough position to deal with. I don't think we'll be signing Sorg on a permanent deal. He has been in this team, but hasn't done particularly loads whilst been at the club. And then Kudusu as well probably still has a position in this team come next season, but if we can strengthen that position, then we probably should be looking to go and do it. I think Potolski and Diamant are good where they are. In terms of what's happening with Rui Ramos, he didn't get as many minutes this season as probably would have wanted to. That important player thing was just so weird. He got 11 starts and 11 off the bench, which is still pretty good, to be honest, but I think Potolski's potential is something we have to look into. Look at all that, 195. He's been so good since he's been in the team, and I think it just makes sense to go and put him alongside Diamand who's also another very good centre-back, and he's still only 29 years of age. He's one of those you just feel like has bags of experience, and he's only like 28, which is crazy. We've got Masson, whose contract needs renewing. Hopefully that is something we can go on and do. He is 31, but still a very good player. Segura, who's had a lot of starts in this season, or in recent games. He's had a lot of appearances off the bench as well. A lot of potential to work into with him at 24 years of age, yep. So he's a very good player in the middle who could arguably break into this team, and he has been very good when he's been there. Obviously Rath is very, very good. I think the positions we do have to prioritise though is probably another striker, and then we'll need a new left back, get one nailed on, and then apart from that maybe another midfielder, but I don't think there's necessarily a massive priority in terms of that. I think the good thing about Kudusu and why we keep him around is that he does fill up that inverted fullback position quite well, so we probably will need a bit more of an advanced left back, which I think is a lot easier to find. It's easier to find more attacking fullbacks instead of defensive fullbacks, so we need to keep Kudusu and then go and find someone better than Sorg, because you know the profile of Kudusu is quite rare, but then Sorg I feel like we can definitely find someone for a good price. We'll probably have some pre-contract agreements. We need to be careful with the wage budget, obviously. That has been sorted out now, but the club is in some massive debts, and a lot of that is not down to the wages. It's just down to other stuff. I don't particularly know what. I mean, I did not put the club into a minus wage budget. It just somehow went like 60,000 minus when we only have wage budget of like 200k a week or something like that. So I've got no idea what happened with that, to be honest. But you know, if we go the manager, I think we should be all right with what we're doing. You know, we've had the budgets for next season. We got that at the end of the normal season, and it's not looking too good. I don't know why they've pulled back the investment, especially a Swiss club like this, but we should be able to deal with it, and if we make good use of the pre-contract agreements. We do have quite a wide scouting range. It does go across Europe, which I don't believe was here when we came here. We did. That is always a thing I like to do, to widen the scouting range. We probably wouldn't find players like Froling, for example, when we were at 1860 Munich without that expansion, so it's definitely an important thing to do with any club really. Even just freeing up a bit more transfer budget can definitely find you better players, and it's good because it can find you cheaper players, I feel like, from clubs where the quality of players is just so much higher, but because, you know, I guess it's like supply and demand really, because the demand for that player is not very high in that country, but it probably would be in another, you know, the supply of better players at that level, but you don't want to buy them. You go and buy the cheaper ones, and it works out very, very well in the end. It's obviously just a problem in terms of different ambitions and stuff like that. So that's the transfer plan going into next season. If we get a draw in this game, we will be confirmed 4th place. Even if we do lose this game, I think we would go 5th place, but it's been a very, very good comeback, a very credible campaign. We will end on as it stands. If we get the draw here in this game, we can't have a look. We'll go and make some final changes here in this game, the last game for Sorg, unless we re-sign him, which is probably unlikely. We'll go and bring on everyone. Van den Kerkhoff there, Rue Ramos, we'll bring him on as well, even if he is a bit of a tough character. And Froling as well, we will bring him on. He is still under contract. He is considering his options, but I think with the morale increase that we've had, a lot of players will be happy to stay going into next season. We just need to have, you know, a very good start tomorrow in the next episode and go and hit the ground running, and hopefully that is something we will go on and do. The final few moments of our season, 4th place finish, a very good display, and that is that for the second season here with Servette. So there you have it. There's the end of our season here with Servette. The season preview had us finishing 4th, and that's exactly what we did. I mean, a team with no players in the Dream 11. This is how you find the Dream 11. I didn't realise. It's quite impressive, the stuff we have gone on and done here in this season. If we go and take a look at the actual table, the overall table, this is how it ended here. 15 wins, 11 draws, 12 losses. That's quite the interesting finish. We had 38 games, 57 goals, 42 conceded. That is the 3rd lowest. And then for goals scored, that is the 3rd highest as well. I don't know if there's like an XG table. I remember the XG tables back at 1860 Munich were absolutely insane. Nothing particularly special there. We gained a few more points than we were expected to. in terms of everything else, it just looks pretty good. 56 points compared to last season. If it will show us the league table, we finished down in 8th place on 51 points, by the way. So only 5 points gained, is that, if I'm not mistaken? Yeah, 5 points gained, but in a completely different position. But to be fair, down there in 51 points would have got us 8th place by the looks of it. So we have definitely made a marked improvement. We obviously had a very poor start, so we can't complain too much about that. In terms of the season stats, what has gone on for us, I don't know if we've won, I assume we've won top assister in Dadari. Is there any way to check? I mean, can we go back to the stages here or search up the Swiss Super League? It's so confusing, this new UI that we're having to get used to here. The stats here, as you can see, they have player stats. Most goals, Breelin Bolo has managed to get that with Basel. If we go and take a look here, where was it? Most goals, I cannot see. Or is it goal scoring? Attacking there. We have goals, 19. Our highest scorer was Morandi with 14 goals, which is pretty impressive stuff from him there. He had 103 shots, which is very, very impressive from him. And then do we have any assist stats? I can't see them there. Maybe they are. I see goals there. Do I see assists? Oh, there's so much going on here. Maybe we'll have to take a deeper look at this, but I believe I did see there that it is Dadari who has got himself 18 assists for the season. Very impressive stuff from him there. And if we take a look at the squad and what has gone on, if we take a look at the general info here, will it come up? It doesn't come up there. It would be in stats. Here we go. General play. Will it come up there? No, this is very advanced. Go back to the stats again. We'll go to, I don't know why there's goal attempts. That is very interesting. Attributes. Selection info is where we should be looking. So if we take a look there, 24 goals and assists for Morandi, 17 goals and assists for Lavelli, 12 goals and assists for Florian Aye, 26 goals and assists for Dadari. And apart from that, Rath, Segura, Froling even is in there. It has been a very good season for us, and hopefully we build onto this into next season. If you did enjoy that video, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Make sure to join the Discord down below. I'll leave you all with this little tune. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all for another video soon. Thank you. Bye bye.